Yo, good morning. It is Sunday, time for coffee talk. I've got my coffee today. I've got my nice Brit mug. And on the eighth day, God created the Air Force because even the Army needs heroes. I love that one. Oh, sorry, Army guys. It's air power. When you're all out of Hua, that's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying? When you're all out of Hua, give us a ring. We'll take care of it. I started this one off very controversial, didn't I? Just sort of came off the top rope at my Army buddies. I don't know why. I think it was the cup. It's probably the coffee. It's starting to flow through me. It's a nice French roast today. A nice French roast. Mmm. I need to get back to saying mmm. I got my onomatopoeia. Look at this. Look at this channel news. What's going on with Guido in the channel? I have a Char Futur 4. You can see it right here. This is the Tier 9 reward tank for Frontlines and whatever the other one is called that I can't remember and don't care because it's not very fun to me. But anyway, wah wah. Also, too, and in addition to, I have the Object 777 version 2. Oh, where's the version 1 and why don't we have that one? I'm not sure. I thought this was an auto loader at some point, but there must be a different tank. Is it the 200 something? I don't know, but yeah, it's a pretty standard Russian, slightly below average. My reviews are coming out on these. I will tell you two things about them. The first thing about this one is it's actually worse, slightly worse than a lot of the Tech Tree tanks. That's kind of a good thing. It's not terrible, but it's also not head and shoulders above it. Unfortunately, this one is head and shoulders above the Batchat 25 TAP and is probably one of the best. It remains to be seen if it turns out to be the best Tier 9 medium, but is certainly near the top, especially for good players who can manage an autoloader. Because, guys, it runs around with a 390 alpha gun with 4 shells in it. Offset slightly by having a 4-second intra clip, so you can't just come out and go bam, 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 bam. But in 12 seconds, you can put about 1,600 damage downrange in this thing, and it is mobile, if not very agile. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. The review on this one is coming out first next week, and then you'll get the 777 review either later in the week or potentially the week after. Frontlines is starting, so you really don't need... Look, I'm telling you, you don't need to know about it now. I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you when you need to know something, okay? It's on a need-to-know basis. Now, there's a lot of reviews out, so you can find out early information on these. But for me, you're going to get it later. You're going to get it later. I should be streaming Thursday, I believe. We will see. Schedule is not firm at this point, but I think that's my day off. So this Thursday, the drumroll says, survey says, 12th of March is my next planned stream, unless I can get a pop-up. Speaking of streaming, I just put in a little thing for stackedup.org, I think, or .com, but raising awareness for veterans issues. It's a gaming organization that does veteran stuff through gaming, so I think that's pretty cool. We'll see if I can get... I might do some streaming for them if they what's the word I'm looking for? Accept me? I guess that's it. If they like my my request or profile or whatever the hell it is I sent to them. We'll see. I just spilled coffee. Did you see that? That was rookie maneuver right there. All right, so that's stream news. We're playing this, doing reviews on this and the 777. The dog is looking outside at something. We are going to stream on Thursday. Video-wise, it's probably going to be more like one a day, vice 2, but we'll see. I'm also planning on getting back to Map Room. That one fell off last week, so I'm hoping to get a Map Room done. Ideally for Monday for the second video after Miserable Monday, but I got a busy day, so we'll see what happens. I always talk about how busy I am, don't I? I'm so busy. I'm so busy, I can sit down and do a video about video games. That's busy, isn't it? That's really busy. All right, let's move on. Missions and specials. Let's get our shill on. Let me tell you what to buy, all right? That's how we're going to do this. I'm going to tell you what to buy and you buy it. Oh, boy. Anyway, the Renegade is back. You Renegade, you had it made. I don't know the rest of this song. That's kind of how it goes, I believe. Pretty sure. So 99 bucks or 78 bucks or 61 bucks. If you just want the tank, it's $44. And there is a coupon available depending on if you have one. And it happens to be, for me, either a 10% or a watt 30%. Look at this. So I can drop this bad boy down to, it only lets me use the, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, it defaults to the bad one. Okay, 31 bucks. If you have this 30% watt discount thing, that's actually a pretty good deal for a tier 8, to be quite honest. Now, what's interesting about this is I was looking at this, kind of doing that, clicking on things as I was getting ready to give you guys the down and dirty on this. I was looking at the coupons because some of them I could use the 30% and some of them I could use the 10%. And then I went, all right. So I went here and I said, all right, so what's the deal here? 10%. This coupon cannot be applied to any gold bundles. Okay. Special offers 30% next purchase, premium shop. Cannot be used for any amount of gold and discounted items. Any amount of gold and discounted items, which I guess applies to the, there you go, this one is not discounted. Now this one is, so let's see what happens. If I go here and I go here, do I get the 30%? No, so I do not get the 30%, all right? Now, what's interesting is we go to the gold, right? You go to the gold, and this looks like a gold and discounted item. So we go here, and we go to purchase, and lo and behold, it looks like on this particular gold package, we can use the 10%er. That said, it can't be used on a gold package. As you recall, if we click on coupons, it says, this coupon cannot be applied to any gold bundles. I don't know, is a package different than a bundle? I suppose it is. So the point of all this is, sometimes it's a bit weird to figure out which coupons go where. So just look at it. You'll see the little coupon sign right there. Click on it and see. Now see, no coupon sign here. But we have coupon signs on these other bundles, but not here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with that. So, fairly random. Renegade is here. We've got these ×5s. Those things are still available as well. 30 days of what? Oh, I just wanted to go back to that one. The Gotta Go, was it the Gotta Go Fast? I think it is, because what I wanted to note here is this is actually not a bad deal, to be quite honest. If people didn't get a whole bunch of gold over Christmas and they're starting to run out of maybe premium time and gold somewhere around March, you know, you weren't buying the $100 bundles or whatever of the boxes, you may be in that situation. But it's got 7,500 gold, which is about 30 bucks or so, I want to say. Watt Premium, which is about 12 bucks for 30 days, so that's about 45. 5 garage slots. There's 75 missions ×5. We've talked about that in the past. I'm not really a big fan of monetizing those, but hey, they're out there, so, and they may be worth it to you. The Gotta Go Fast idea is that you're going to be able to grind faster by doing this. But the thing I keyed in on that I did not notice is, look at this, the 50% credits for an hour. You get 20 of those bad boys. So really, if you have a coupon like I did, and mine's the 10%, you can knock it down to 44 bucks. You know, that's actually a decent deal. And especially for somebody who's kind of just starting the game, or maybe they've started, but they've reached that tier 5, 6, 7, 8 area where the grind slows down, and they're thinking, all right, maybe I want to try to do a little more in this game. Let's check it out, dig a little deeper into it from just the tier 1 to 5, which is really easy, or maybe 6, really easy to get through. And I'm going to dig deeper into that tier 5, but I want to ease the pain a little bit. This is a great deal for that, guys. It really is. So if you're new to the game and you're watching, I can honestly say that's a pretty decent deal for getting premium and going a little faster in the game without really being a terrible shill. Although I am a terrible shill. So there. All right, nothing else to say there. Laugh at my jokes. They're funny. Come on. Nothing to add on these. This is just premium days. Do I have to mention how you don't get the gold for that tank? I will beat that dead horse till the very end. For vehicles, again, nothing much to add here. The ELC is a fun tank. The IS-2 is good. The Pudel is meh. The Schmaltram I like, but nobody would call it great. The Lorraine is very good. These 4 are great for front lines. As a heavy, excuse me, as a heavy, there's probably better heavies for front lines, but it's not bad if you want a Polish heavy. This is okay for front lines. It's a fun scout, but that's not really what front lines is about. However, you will see a lot of people play them. Obviously, the lower tiers don't do front lines. They do not do front lines, all right? T103 is okay for front lines, a decent amount of mobility and a hard-hitting gun, but there's probably better TDs out there. This one is great for front lines for a casemate because of its speed and relatively good gun. 432 is very good for front lines for a scout. Hawk is okay. And that's about it. So we'll just throw those front line kind of ideas out. Specials. Nothing different really other than these big starter packs of a lot of tanks right here. So that's pretty much it for the shilling. All right, get the wallet out. Send him some money so I get my kickback. This is how it goes, all right? It doesn't. I say that every time. And if you're new and the first time you're watching this, that's not true. It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. All right, let's look at the missions, man. So what do we got? We got XP Experience Weekend going on. We got a 1.5. If you're top 10, it looks like you can just do as many of those as possible. We'll take a look in the UI and see if that actually pans out. Weekend Blitz, you get some goodies. One of the top 10 random battles. You can do that 10 times a day. That's a great deal, guys. 10 each day. Now you got to do it 10 times, and provided you have to play 10 games and be top 10. Doesn't and win. Okay, a little bit painful, maybe. If you're talking 50% win rate, that's 20 battles. I don't know if everyone does 20 battles. Still, the ones you do play, you're going to get some large kits. Notice how the small kits have kind of gone away. They're not really get rewards that I can see anymore. Not very often. That's been very interesting to me. Crush the Foe. An emblem that's destroy 5 in any number of battles. You can do that twice a day. Look at that. You get some emblems. You get some reserves. This is actually a pretty good weekend, man. Experience well earned. You get 30,000 once per account. So that's just for the weekend, and you're going to get some reserves. There you go. XP and crew. Nice. So that's actually, I'm going to call it a relatively easy, but it's World of Tanks, so it is a little grindy. That's how it goes. But if you like playing the game and you played a bit on the weekend, then you're probably going to get quite a few of those little goodies right there. Get a Barask wallpaper. What are these? Can we just do a tangent? I don't know. Wallpapers. Okay. Without logo, with logo. Okay. I don't know. Does anyone use those? Maybe I should as a CC. The M54 is back, so buy that. It's Women's History Month. This is tank rewards, so we'll just follow the links just to like that. And we've gone over here, and you can see I'm logged in. Remember, you do need to log in, so if you're looking at this and you don't see your points, look at the top right and see if you're actually logged in. If you're not, click on it and do your login through with your World of Tanks ID and all that good stuff. Make sure you're going to the right site. I don't know if anyone's built a dummy site to steal stuff, but you never know. Anyway, the Watt Salute thing is still going on in this. So for me, for veterans, you still have the ability with one game to get 200 points, and that makes this very easy. For everybody else, it's a little bit grindier because now you're going to have to rely on some of these other missions to knock out 10 or 20 or whatever it is tickets. And you do need, get down the bottom, you do need 3,000. And the number of days is, math in public, it's always dangerous, 24 days. That's 2,400 by just playing one game. So you will need extras. You need another 600 of those smaller ones. We'll look at it in the UI, but it's a little bit grindy this time. They've changed it. But I will say, the rewards are amazing for just playing the game. Look at this. So, Wargame Fest, Fighting Girlfriend, a crew member for the first one. Are you kidding? 2 more items? What? 2 crew members? All right, that's cool. 100%. Yeah, okay, these are more reserves. A coupon, which is fine. And this is... Oh my goodness, what? Oh, are these just the skins, or are these crew members? These are probably just those skins. Never mind. I was thinking, why on earth would you ever take anything but the 2 crew members? I think those are just the skins, aren't they? Maybe I'll dig into that a little. They have to be. That would be nuts if they were given 2 great crew members. I'm pretty sure they're the skins. I'll say it again. I think they're the skins. Come over here. Equipment. There you go. Gun laying drive. White. Domo. Cabbage. Make them stop giving us gun laying drives. Nobody uses those. Only TD players. And Artie players, use those. Please stop. We don't need those. They're terrible. Anyway, look at this Ad Astra. That's me right there. I'm after the Ad Astra. I'm thinking yes. But look at this. This one is 5. Holy cow. If you sell these things, that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 55, 550,000. Is that right? Yeah. Math in public. Somewhere, that's a lot of cash if you just sell them. Plus, people use food, so it's a lot of cash either way, right? If you're spending credits for your food, then you save those. However you want to slice that one and dice it. Fragments, don't care, but a lot of people do. This one, is this everybody? No, it's just Czech, Italian, and Polish. Why did they make the cut? What? Czech, Italian, and Polish. That's a strange group. Is that because of the tanks? Czech? No. Has nothing to do with the reward tanks. I don't know. What am I missing here? That's odd. All right, consumables, in this case, large kits. Fantastic, 15 of each. That's nice. And then, as if that wasn't good enough, here's the commanders. You get 2 of those. That's awesome. I wish they would stop giving commanders. I think somebody put that on the forum. Give any crew members that can be anything. That's what people need. They don't need commanders every time. It's cool, but we don't need every single one of the free crew members to be unretrainable commanders. It's nutty. All right, slots. This is me right here. I need these 3 slots, although I'm really tempted. Now I'm torn. I don't know, because I need the 3 days of premium. And then this one is what? Which one of these things is not like the other? I have to say you're a bit silly if you get this one. I mean, if you just really need those binoculars, go for it. But this is the one I looked at and went, yeah, I don't really see the point of this prize, but these are fantastic. And then we come down here and check this out. 7 days, very nice. Or, and I wouldn't go with the 7 days, guys. I mean, these are 3 great premiums. This one especially is the best tier 6 medium. It's probably one of the best premiums in the game, tier for tier. You know, at tier, it just dominates. It's just an amazing premium. This is fun, not at the level of the T3045, but it is a fun premium. I do like it, and I love the HT number 6. I think it's fantastic. Tier 6 Tiger. So that was a lot. I really kind of dug deep in that, but man, this is a great event right here. And grindy if you don't have this. It's kind of a tale of 2 cities here, isn't it? Because on the one hand, I definitely appreciate the veteran thing, but it just makes this so easy, and everyone else is so grindy. I don't know. Maybe there was a better middle ground on that. I don't know. Maybe the veterans got 50 extra. It would still make it a walk in the park, but you wouldn't be finishing in 15 days by just playing a game. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I get 200 a day. In 15 days, I've finished this 24-day event. Look, I love it. Please don't gift horse in the mouth and all of that kind of thing. But I try to have the long view. This is a game where everybody plays, not just a game for veterans. So please continue with the goodies for veterans. But it's a little much, I think. And that's probably going to piss some people off, and they're going to call me names for saying that. All right. Whew, that was a lot. Where were we? Having a cup of coffee, that's right. And we were coming back here to take a look at what else is going on for Missions and Spéciales. So that's a good one. That's going on for the month. Guys, no word on Scavenger Hunt. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I kind of doubt it this month because we've got front lines. I don't know, because there's going to be like front lines every month and stuff going on. I'm not sure. You will be the first to know when I know. Probably you'll know before I am, because you'll hear about it somewhere. Frontline returns, like I said, on Monday. So tomorrow it starts. Good luck with that. You will be able to win 2 of the prize tanks with the tickets, but it's very grindy, and you're going to have to play every one of the things. Both front lines and the other thing I can't remember. What's it called? It's not home front. I don't know. We'll come to it sometime. Kranvaganagan is on track, and it's actually got, well, that's the Go Fast kit. All right, I already talked about that. And I think that's everything I wanted to talk about here. It is. It is. Let's jump in the UI and just check if there's anything interesting for you guys to know there. And then we'll move on to subjects du jour. All right, so we go into the missions here. I gotta fix my unibrow. All right, there we go. Put some spit on my. You're not supposed to touch your face. All right, I'm messing up with the corona. Do not touch your face. All right, daily missions. This is the new thing that came with 1.8. All right, so let's take a look at this. I played a couple days of it here, and I've got 27 of 45 completed to get to the 100 bonds. This is the standard, so if you don't have premium, either this is going to be, I don't know if it's even there. It's either not there or you won't be able to click on it. Or maybe you'll be able to click on it and it'll be unhighlighted in order to entice you to get premium. I suppose that's possible. These replaced rewards for merit. And what's interesting, there's a bit of evil genius coming on here for World of Tanks, because rewards for merit were very random. And not random in that there wasn't a criteria for you to build up and get it, but very random because you didn't know what the criteria was, so they just kind of appeared. And in theory, the better you did, the more you got. Who knows? They never advertised what that was. Daily missions, though, that replace them, you can see exactly what you need to do. And that's very enticing for I just need one more game to get that daily mission done. I just need one more game. And then you get to, because if you do the 3 dailies, you can do them all at once, actually. But if you do all 3 of those, then you get the bonus mission, which is it's locked. I can't see it right now. Which is another mission that's a little grindier. So it's that really enticing thing to get you to play, which I didn't really feel rewards for merit did to you. Not to you, but it was, it's that mental thing. Rewards for merit just showed up and I didn't worry about it. I never went, oh my gosh, I just got to play a couple more games to get a reward for merit. Or if I just kill one more tank, then I get my reward for merit. You didn't know. It just showed up. But these, I see what you're doing, Wargaming, you evil geniuses. Now, what I will say that's very good, see these guys? Look at this. I have a daily standard mission that actually has 20 bonds attached to it. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then we've got some free experience. There's other things in there. Let's see on the premium side, what do I have coming up? I got some silver. I got a ×3 experience. There's bonds on that one. I wonder if that's a weekend thing. I don't know. So look at this. Today, I can get 45 bonds just by doing those missions. That's with any tier. Doesn't have to be tier 10 where you usually get the most bonds. And then if you do 45 of these, you get to 100, or you get to 100 bonds, a book, and I think there's some other rewards that jump in there. So what does that mean? If you're free to play, you can get 1, 2, 3, plus the bonus mission, 4 of these down here, completed missions a day. Which means you divide 4 into 45, and it doesn't divide evenly. I can't figure out what the purpose of 45 was, to be quite honest. Because the other number that you would get daily, because if you had premium account, that's another 3, so that's 7. Math in public. 7 that you could get a day. Does the 7 divide into 45? I'm so bad at math. I'm gonna make sure. Hold on a minute. Maybe I just figured it out. 45 divided by 7 equals. No. I should know that. I actually never. Should I give you a true confession? I never learned my multiplication table. If somebody walked up to me and said, what's the answer of 8 times 8? I could not spit it out immediately. I'd have to go 700, 4 times 8, 16, 32, 64. Anyway, I think I learned Singapore math before Singapore math was cool. But I have a bad version of it that's not very good. Holy crap, where were we? I don't know. Today I have a lot of energy, guys. I'm telling you, I'm on my 2nd or 3rd cup of coffee. There's nothing in it, just coffee. But I feel decent today, so that's a good thing, because I've kind of been run down. Yesterday I broke up concrete like a real man, out in the yard, so that was fun. I'm actually kind of looking at it right now. It's all just mocking me, because guess what I get to do today with it? Move it. That's going to suck a lot. But I'll get the boy out there and help. All right, where were we? Daily mission. So there you go. I don't know what 45 means. It's a weird number. It's not divisible, as I can tell, by anything that you would get. Because if you're a standard guy, you'd get up to 4 a day. If you're a premium guy, you get up to 7 a day. And neither one of those makes like an even day thing. I don't know. Is it numerology? I don't know, man. I don't know. So you can re-roll, and I want to do this live. It's not live, but it's tape, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't need random vehicle fragments because I have them on all unlocked. Although that's a pretty easy mission. So let's do this live. What happens if I re-roll it? Boom. Okay, no, yes, I want to. Every 4 hours. Boom. And it says... There you go. Here you go. You can have one of the worst things we give you. Fine. Anyway, I got to be in the top 7 by experience. I get another 10,000 credits. There you go. And it looks like you can only do that every 4 hours. So now it's unhighlighted. Cannot do. So that's cool. All right. So there you go. Daily missions. Missions themselves. We have the experience weekend. We talked about that. There's all those goodies there. Multipliers for the on track. These are now broken out into all the tanks that lead up to the Kranfaganagan. That's how that rolls. Zulu is still going. That is for the... Looks like I've completed a bunch of these. Yes, I have. Oh, I got one of these. That's cool. Those are good books. 250,000. So Zulu is ongoing. Remember, that's the last Twitch... Excuse me. Coffee's getting me. Last Twitch, whatever it is, partner thing. Prime, right? Twitch Prime event partnership with Wargaming. Watch Salute is ongoing. These are all the extra bonuses you get for being a veteran. This is now kicked to April 1st, so we'll see if it continues past that. I don't know. Tournament missions. I'd never do those. Here's the tank rewards. So you can see I haven't played yet today, so I haven't got my... Wait a minute, 200. Wow. Where did that come from? Was that on there? Well, that's crazy. Complete all conditions in each of 5 battles, become 5. All right, that's new to me. That wasn't there, was it? It's only for this weekend. Okay, so there's some extra points. I like that. I didn't realize that that was there. There you go. Holy cow, 200 extra points. So for anyone who's struggling a little bit, make sure you knock that one out. You get 200 right there. Didn't notice that. I'm not sure that was on the page, was it? It must have been. I just glossed over it. Tank rewards and then other missions. This is, again, where you'll find your ×5 guys. If you have all the, whether you bought them or you got them with a tank or whatever it is, they'll all sit down here in other missions as well as the Hunt the Sheriff thing. Okie dokie. That is enough UI stuff. Like I said, I don't know when the scavenger hunt is coming. Let's move on to subjects du jour. All right, on subjects du jour, the first thing I wanted to talk about that was kind of strange to me is we have this new session stats thing. This is the old stats that were here, and if you want to change it around, you can click here, and then you can change your session stats. But guess what? You can only have 7 showing. I don't know, man. Why? So I was talking to, there'll be a interview coming out with Soslo. He's one of the other CCs. And he's a back-end guy, he knows networking and all that kind of thing, coding, all that stuff. And we were talking about this, and I brought this up, and he said, well, I don't know, you know, it's old code, it's an old game engine, relatively anyway. Sometimes you get, and he and I discussed it, it just wasn't him saying this, because in my capacity doing the development side of stuff, I have a general understanding of how this stuff goes. And if your code's not tight, it's not written right, it's not well documented, a lot of times it's code on top of code, and you got all kinds of workarounds and blah, blah, blah. But I can't figure out why they would limit it to 7 unless it was some kind of technical issue, which I have to doubt. They have 7 showing. Why not 14? I don't know. You know, why would 7 be a limit? I suppose it's possible, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. The other one would be there's a standard resolution and screen size for which they develop, and if it doesn't look good on that standard, then they don't add it to the game. That may have something to do with why we only have 2 rows here instead of 3. But it seems like you'd put the option in there in case you had people like me and other people that have bigger rigs and bigger screens and more resolution and all that, to give them a little bit more capability. So I can't wrap my mind around why only 7 are being shown. It's just Because I went this, all right, I'm like, yeah, let's add some cool stuff. And I went, all right, now I don't really want that, but I do want destroyed, and I do want victory rate, but I have to give stuff up. I don't want to give stuff up. You said you added stuff. You didn't add stuff. You made me make a bad choice of things I don't want to make a choice for. It was crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that. What do you guys think? Am I making a mountain out of molehill? I think yes on one hand. On the other hand, no, because it's dumb. Stupid. It is stupid. What was the discuss? Let's say there's not let's say there's not a technical reason, and let's say there's not a standard resolution thing. Let's say it was a discussion in the boardroom, or not necessarily the boardroom, but the meeting room. They're all the devs are sitting around. They're talking about the new session stats. How did the conversation go to where one of them said, "Well, let's just let them have 7," and then what happened at that point? Now, if he said, "You know what? Technically, we can only do 7 for reason X, Y, and Z. It's a technical problem, and it's too much code or rewriting or effort for what we're going to get," and they go, "Okay, yeah, just give them a choice," and then they write the choice. Maybe that's it. But if it was all right, here's all these things we can add, and then someone went, "Yeah, okay, and that's good, but what I want you to do is only let them have 7 of those." I kind of doubt that's how it went, but in my mind, that's the funny vision that I have of the devs sitting around. The crayfish can only handle 7. Let's not give them too much information. They've been whining about having some more options. Here's your effing options, but you're gonna stick with 7 because we. I don't know. Maybe when the guy first wrote that code, he somehow hard coded it to 7 things, and it was too much arse pain to add to it. Maybe it's too much callback for data. But, once you extrapolate that out to the millions of people who may be on, counting the Russians, I don't know. I don't know I don't know. It's weird, man, isn't it? It is weird. It has to bug you. It has to bug you, doesn't it? I mean, it bugs me. So I feel like it must bug you. All right, let's move on. Okay, so like I said, I do have reviews coming out, but let's just look at a few things about these new tanks. I wanted to kind of show you these. Just look over here on the numbers, and this is with my crew in it. So, look, we've got 390 average damage. It's got 264 on the standard pen. 264. By the way, the shell velocity on this thing is fast. I want to say it's like 1,500. It's something like that. 330 with the heat. Holy goodness gracious. DPM is low at 1800. Okay, why? Because the reason that is because it's got such a long reload. That's how you balance that whole, holy cow, I can send 4 390 alpha shells downrange in 12 seconds. Then I give you a really long reload, and it brings it down to an 1800 DPM. But as we've said before, DPM is not what you think it is a lot of times in World of Tanks. Rarely does anyone get to sit there and just shoot, and maximize DPM. In certain situations, it can be very important, but as a general rule, it is less important. I'm not going to say not important. It is less important than a lot of people want to make it out to be. So the point of that whole discussion is that it doesn't hurt this tank. It doesn't. Obviously, if you had a 10-second clip reload, it would be way overpowered. So the 30 seconds or so it does hurt it as compared to something shorter, but as far as the actual execution in the game, doesn't really hurt it too much. Got pretty good hit points, kind of stupid hit points actually for its size, because it's right in there with the rest of the tier 9 medium tanks, bizarrely. Check this out, the 140 on the turret and 90 on the side and 55-40 on the hull, while not great, is well better than, say, the Bat Chat, which is at 30s and 25s. See, look at that upgrade. Boom, boom. Holy cow. And then this one only has 1,600 hit points. Oh, my goodness gracious. So it's just a straight upgrade. The concealment's good at 19. 15 while moving, which is still pretty darn good. What's this dude got? About the same. So the concealment is about the same there. I will say that while it's got good speed at 60 and a nice reverse at 20, it is not very maneuverable from right to left because its whole traverse is kind of garbage. So it is a bit sluggish as far as the turning maneuvering battle goes, but straight line, once it gets up and going, it's nice and fast. So just some things to think about like on that one. For the Object 777, again, you're looking at an amazing pen. 258, which is less than the Char, if you can believe it. I don't know. 340 with its heat round, and that's basically the same gun, more or less, that the ST1 has on it. And I want to say the 705 has a similar gun. Is that the same gun? No, that's the 130 on the 705. So the ST1 is carrying around that M62T2, and the 777 or the 777 is M62T2 with a slightly slower firing rate and a little bit less accuracy even than an ST1. So it's kind of weird. You got the ST1 with a better gun and better armor. Same gun, better stats, better armor. Very bizarre. Oh, it's the T10, I believe, that carries the same gun. Yes, M62 T2. So then you have the T10, which is very fast. That's faster than the 777 and has a better handling, same gun. Very strange. So overall, this is just kind of a straight downgrade over the rest of them. Her turret armor is okay. The whole armor is not very thick, but it is well angled. It's just the problem is it's so low slung. A lot of people are look down on it, especially if you get into a close brawl, and that's going to flat plate that upper plate a little bit and make it much less effective than you might think. The turret looks good, but it's only 258. So you're talking, you know, start throwing around 330 heat pen, like it has, by the way. That's not going to have a lot of trouble if you can get to the flatter bits here and not get onto the angled sides. And then if you look at it, these hatches kind of flat plate a little bit here. So those are interesting in that they're a little bit more exposed than other Russian hatches out there. So I just wanted to throw those little tidbits out for you on these two tanks. I think that this is slightly below average. I believe the Char Future is above average, and you'll see my reviews like I talked about a little while later. Well, what do we have here? You guys are ready for the next storm of whinging and whining and the world is ending? This is it. Just you wait. The 152K is apparently in Super Test. It is apparently slated to be a premium tank, and it is the BL10 ISU 152 that, if you have been around for a while, you may remember. They got rid of the BL10 gun. They put in a different gun with slightly less pen, and basically still does 750 alpha, as I recall. But this was the meme cannon at tier 8. Pen for days, quite a long reload, but could dish out some serious punishment. I have a few ISU 152 games way back in my videos where I show people just dropping ridiculous damage with this thing. But apparently somebody has had the genius idea of monetizing the BL10 and bringing it back as the 152K. with a gun that you used to be able to unlock, and they took away from players. And now, if you want it, you get to pay. You know what though? I don't know if it's a reward tank or what the deal is. The Super Hellcat was the old iteration of Hellcat. It came back as kind of a reward thing. So I don't know, guys. The T50-2, same idea. So it's not like this is without precedent. I think people are not going to be very happy about this. It's already sort of starting. I don't think a lot of people know about it. We'll see what it is that they decide to do. 0.39 accuracy. I didn't see that. Are you kidding me? 0.39. That's pretty good. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So add a good crew and some equipment and stuff, and you're probably talking 0.35, 34 maybe, something like that. 2470 average damage per minute. Wow, at tier 8 with a BL10. 286 pen on the standard round. Not a whole lot. That's good, but not as much as you might think with the gold round. And I don't remember if it was APCR or heat, and it doesn't really say right there. 18-second reload is quite long, though, but it's the 750 alpha that makes it at 2,470. So despite having a really long reload, when you're dropping 750 alpha, that tends to up your your average damage per minute. 3 rounds a minute, 3.29 rounds a minute. Very interesting, guys. We'll see. What do you guys think on that one? I'm really curious. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this monetizing. basically bringing back a version of a tank that used to be able to get through the tech tree. This is interesting to me because, and I get the difference, but if you look at it, you have people playing the game who have unlocked tanks through the tech tree, the standard tanks. There's no real reluctance on Wargaming's part to change those, remove them, take guns off of them, add guns to them, whatever they're doing, usually nerfs, sometimes buffs, take them out of the game, all kinds of things. There's no issues with that, but on premium tanks, they're loath to change them, and I understand why, but I'm sort of saying why, really, at the end of the day, why is it any different between the two? And I'm not saying that because I'm saying let's not nerf tech tree tanks that deserve it and need it. I'm saying it because let's adjust premium tanks that need it. Right? I don't really, Guido's personal opinion, I understand the legal side of it. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking from a gameplay side. But for me, really it's in the EULA, I would imagine. They can do whatever they want to their game. But I think they're worried about the legal aspects of it. But to me, from a gameplay standpoint, there's no difference between the two. It's all part of the game balance, so adjust fire as required. Which is why I kind of laugh when people get really angry, but I still understand because it's only ever going in one direction. It's only ever going to the monetizing side, and it never touches the other side. Only bad things happen, usually, to tech tree tanks. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. We'll see what happens with that. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Frontline, just to kind of refresh you guys. Remember, it's only going to be four sessions starting tomorrow on Monday. So it'll go from the 9th until the 16th for the first session. Stage 2 on 6 April for 1 week until 13 April, and it doesn't say when the rest of them are going to be for March, April, May, and June. The progression system, so they've changed it a little bit. It's 30 players each side, as it always was. It's only tier 8, just for your SA. You'll go from private to general in the game. That's the same. You get frontline experience for reaching new ranks, and you get rewards for frontline tiers, 15 in total. So there are missions also now, special frontline missions. You can do extra stuff after you finish or you get to the end of it. Do or do not. There is no try, and there's some rewards, mostly bonds and some other things out there that you can do. They're retiring prestige points. Instead, you'll earn tokens. I swear, they love making up as many confusing, weird currencies as they can and all these things. So the frontline tiers, tier 1, all the way to tier 15, that's how many points you need. You get points for being, private to general, although they don't break that out what they are right now. That's not in this particular one. For each stage, you can earn a maximum of 3 tokens. That's these guys down here. These are the tokens. So you can see you've got to get to tier 15 on the stage, and you'll get all 3 of the tokens you can get for that week of Frontlines. If you do that 4 times, 3 times 4 is 12, you'll have 12 tokens. Apparently it's going to take 12 tokens to get one of the reward tanks at the tier 9 tanks. No word on whether there's lower tier tanks available. Say you only get 2 tokens or 1 token. You only end up with 6 total. I don't know if there's going to be a tier 8 you can get or something else. No word on that. It's not here, so I'm assuming no. I don't know. But it's the Variant 2, the Future Forward, A Phase 1. Remember, that was from the last time. So if you already got the A Phase 1, you're really just trying to get the 777 or the Char. And actually, I found out, I've been saying it, it's Steel Hunter. the one, Steel Hunter. So if you want both, unfortunately, you're going to have to play Steel Hunter. That may be a good thing for you because I know a lot of people like it. I didn't. Anyway, will I play it to get one of these? We'll see. That's a lot of Steel Hunter to get one of these tanks. So there you go. In any event, I'm probably not that enamored of this 777, so I think I will try to get the Char Future 4. I think if you like both events and you're okay with only getting one, you can probably do pretty well. What would you need to get to? Tier 10, sorry. So if you get to tier 10 4 times, that's 8, and then you played a little Steel Hunter for another 4 tokens along the way, you would get yourself one of these 3. pretty doable, I think, for even a relatively casual person. It's grindy, but I think it's doable. Getting both of them, that's going to be a mega super grind. Faux show. They reworked the airstrike stuff. You know what I don't know is I don't know why these are still here. These were the tokens before. I don't know why. Are they just, is that just there because they forgot to get rid of them, or do they actually do something? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Can I exchange those for something? No, I'm not sure what's going on here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't equal 15. Is that in there somewhere? What am I missing? I don't know. Somebody figure it out. I feel like that's just left over. Usually those things come to me after I finish the recording and I look at it for now and I go, oh, right, that's what's going on with that. Anyway, I can't figure that one out. Airstrike's been reworked. It's apparently going to come in faster, and it's going to be, was it more effective? Less effective against heavy tanks, more effective against light tanks. Interesting. What do they mean by faster? Is it going to be fast enough that I can actually try to airstrike EBRs? That's kind of what I'm wondering right there. If you're a slow brawler and find yourself surrounded by light tanks or a wheeled scout is circling, there you go. So they think somehow this is going to help with the EBR spam. That will be very interesting. We'll see how that works out. I don't know. I haven't seen any. Wouldn't they just circle you further away? It sounds like you're calling an airstrike on top of yourself. Danger close, just send it. I have an EBR circling me. Respawn selection system. I saw that in the video. There's actually a lot of spawn points you can choose. So as opposed to just going, I go to this sector, you can actually pick the specific point. That's going to make it much more effective for respawning. And I think attacking team will have 4 and the defending team up to 6. So they've given the defending team more options so they can kind of move around on defense. Because right now the defending team, in the past the defending team had a huge disadvantage on where they could get to react to an attacking team's glomming up or bunching up in one sector and overcoming stuff. So we'll see what happens. They also messed around with the maps a little bit. So there's going to be some rebalance. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to figure out the new map stuff. And that will be Frontline, guys. All right, it was bugging me, so I had to go find out. I forgot. Those tokens up there I was talking about, I didn't know what they were. Those are the ones for your combat reserves. I forgot about that mechanic where you build up your combat reserves and get them better and better through the thing. So that's what those tokens are for. I watched the whole video. I don't see anything on any other tanks other than the 3 tier 9. So from what I can tell right now, there are no other tanks available. You're looking at 12 of the tokens, or whatever they call them, to get 12 to get one of them. So you can get 24 between Frontline and Steel Hunter. A total of 24 that, divided by 2 is 12. You can get 2 of the 3 tier 9 tanks. And that's, I don't see anything that you're going to get, as I watch in there, if say you had 11 tokens. I don't know if that gets you anything. Last time you could turn that in for some stuff at the end for gold and bonds and some other things. Maybe that mechanic's going to be there, but there's no real word on it that I could tell. Excuse me. That I could tell in there. I just wanted to clear up that token thing. Those are something there for your combat reserves. Well, okay, friends, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for coming by for Coffee Talk. Check out my interview with So Slow. That will come out on Tuesday. Should be Miserable Monday. I got to do that right after this. We'll see if I've got enough content for that. I am intending to get back to Map Room. Hopefully I can knock out the next map here this week or potentially today, depending on how far I get. That one is the most time intensive of all the things that I do other than this. But I've been doing this one so long, I kind of got this one down. The Map Room one requires a bit more research and looking into it. I do need to streamline it a bit. I do a lot of drawing on there, but I need to actually break that out into a little bit more. The last one was not my best effort on there. I'll be the first one to admit. So we're going to try to make it a little bit more coherent and organized on there. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for coming by, guys. I'm just about done with my coffee. So here's to y'all. Have a good week, and we'll see you guys later.